Good evening, everyone. Hi, we are going to be live with Nidhi Nigam today, and she's joining us because it's the pandemic and the COVID situation is getting graver, and we all are stuck at home right now, and we need to understand the role of nutrition in this time, and she's going to share that with us. So let's wait for her to join in, but please do take this opportunity to put in any questions that you have in the comments, and we'll take it as we have a conversation with her and ensure that you have all your questions answered. Just waiting for her to come online. Let's just wait. Yes, I see Nidhi here, so I'll just bring her online with us.
Hi.
Hi Nidhi. Hi, good evening. How are you?
Very well. How are you?
Can you hear me clearly?
Yes, I can. Can you hear me?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. Yes, I can.
Great.
So, welcome once again, Nidhi. You're with us for the second time, and of course, we planned this because it's a crucial time now, and we all need to understand a tad bit more about nutrition and how to look after ourselves in these times. So, also, first of all, let me congratulate you on your award that you received recently. Congratulations from all of us.
Thank you so much.
That's a great feat, and I hope you and your family, everyone is safe.
Yes, and I wish the same for you. How's we doing? I keep seeing your status.
Yeah, she's all over the place, to be very honest. But yeah, we are
I
managing
can
right now.
imagine. Yeah. Mm.
All
Let me
right.
just do one
So
thing. Give me a second. Just give me a second.
yes, yeah. So please take this opportunity to all the viewers who are joining us now. Take this opportunity to understand, and if you have any questions, drop us in the comment section so that you can get your answers directly from Nidhi. All right. So Nidhi, to start with, I thought the first insight that we need now is that not all of us are able to exercise, or the normal routine has kind of gone on a halt right now. Nobody is able to kind of even go down for a walk. It's difficult in a mask kind of situation, so everyone is kind of stuck at home. And at this time where there's so much to do at home as well, because the maids are not there, and everyone is trying to even manage the household chores. In such a situation, how do we look at nutrition? And it becomes important that we look at our health, right? So how do we
Right.
go about it now?
So I think nutrition in the last 14 to 15 months have become more important than ever before. We would have heard much more nutrition related stuff than we would have ever heard before, right? And
Right.
so obviously, pandemic in that sense had a positive side as well. And it is extremely important. While, yes, we understand that there are no mates, that we're in a lockdown, we can't go down. Unfortunately, we're battling a very, very aggressive second wave, and we're once again homebound. The infection spreading like fire. So somewhere or the someone or the other has caught the infection, and either you're isolated or because of your community rules you're not able to go down. But it's extremely important. So five things are very important right now. Okay, starting with food, which is your diet and nutrition, and then keeping your stress levels low, because there is a lot of fear, a lot of anxiety, which also causes complications if you're COVID positive. So diet, stress, water, very, very important. So staying hydration is extremely important, because what's happening is now, just an example. So if you're positive, one of the things that this infection does is that your blood tends to thicken. There is clotting, right? And we are seeing a lot of cases. So the blood chemical report that is done to check how the situation is called D-dimer, and in most of the cases it is elevated. So it is extremely important that we stay hydrated. So we've covered three: diet, stress, and water. And then is your sleep. Very, very important. And I keep talking about it because that's the only time when the body is able to repair itself, rejuvenate for the coming days. Because what happens is, now we're working from home. So earlier, all of us had a schedule that, we go at 9, come back at 7, or bad days, we come back at 9 or whatever. And then once we're back home, then we generally follow our, home routine. Now with work from home, we're essentially working 24/7, right? So your dining table is your workplace, is your eating place, is your recreational place. So you're doing all.
Yeah.
There is sleep. So we sleep late, and we then obviously have to get up on time, or if either we're not able to get up on time. So one, it forces you to eat energy rich food, because you've not been able to sleep. The body is still not able to repair itself, and then it needs the energy to be able to perform its daily work. So then it forces you in the form of craving to eat wrong kind of foods. So sleep is extremely important. That's the only time when your body is repairing itself. Your kidneys, your liver, your digestive system, your heart, everything is undergoing an immense repair work while you're sleeping. So make
Right.
sure that you have 7 to 8 hours of sleep. And so we've covered diet, we've covered stress, we've covered water, we've covered sleep, and now workout. Now it's extremely important because the body tends to become stiff. And obviously, because of the bad work hours, we end up, what do I say? We end up eating a lot of easy meals, things that are coming out of a packet, or things that are easy to cook. A lot of people depend on cereals. So you're eating all that, and if you're not working out, your immunity is getting suppressed. So somebody had asked me
Right.
this question, saying now there is going to be third wave, and experts are predicting that it is going to touch the kids now. The kids are going to be impacted. So it's time that we start building immunity for our kids. So I said, first look at the things which suppresses the immunity for your kids,
Yeah.
and only then you can build
Then.
immunity. So
Correct.
then I told her five things, and she was
Yeah.
zapped. I said, you just have to do five very simple things. Stop the packaged fruit juices. Okay? Stop any kind of jams and sauce. Stop these cereals, Boost, Bournvita. Stop ice creams and chocolate. So essentially, what I'm saying is stop things that are basically sugar rich and preservative
Yeah.
rich.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, so coming back to exercise, we deviated a little bit. Now, if you're not able to exercise, we're going to land up into a trouble. Now, understand it from a very layman's perspective. So let's say I eat 2 fulkas. Okay. Now, my body needs 60 calories to digest those 2 fulkas. Okay. Now, that's a normal scenario. If I'm not working out, that is the normal scenario. If I do any kind of physical exercise, or if I'm active throughout the day, the
Yeah.
same 2 fulkas will take 90 calories to digest. So what am I doing? I am basically increasing my metabolism rate. I am not even talking about weight loss, weight gain, and all of that. Once my metabolism is high, then my digestion is good. Then my assimilation is good. My absorption is good. And thereby my immunity is good. So these five things are really need of the hour. Obviously, we should inculcate that as a habit going forward. But this is the time when we cannot take any risk. We need to make sure that we're taking care of these five aspects.
Right,
Yeah, does that
right.
answer your question?
Yes, yes, yes.
Mm.
So it all goes hand in hand, right?
Right.
You kind of build your metabolism. I mean, you get your metabolism rate up. You're exercising, and you're eating the right food, so assimilation is going to be better. So everything goes hand in hand. Of course, stress being one thing that now with the kind of lifestyle that we are going through, there are certain levels of stress everyone is facing right now. So probably to cope that up, maybe practice some other methods. Yeah, great.
Yeah, yeah.
Now coming to situations onto how to build this immunity, right? I understand you said don't eat packet food, don't have sugar, or anything which is sugar high. But any specific foods that you recommend which can boost up the immunity for the current situation?
You've chosen all the questions which are coming in my forthcoming reels. So I'm answering all of it here already. So,
So I'm going to
I
post that
actually,
right up saying
I
it's a
know, just,
summary of
yeah.
this chat.
So, yeah, so, we talk about this superfood, that superfood, and the last time around, people overdid the kada and people had breakouts and acne because all these things on the name of superfoods are at the end of the day herbs and spices and they have heating properties, right? So दिन में 4 बार काढ़ा पियो इसमें ये भी डालो वो भी डालो and then came another thing superfood ले लो moringa ले लो this that and all you need to do is cook very, very traditionally and conventionally. So, five things that are right there in your kitchen will build your immunity: turmeric,
Okay.
ginger,
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
cinnamon, black pepper,
Okay.
and cumin.
Okay.
And that's
All
about it.
right.
So उसका काढ़ा भी
So
बनाने की जरूरत नहीं है. See, for example, आप
just
सब्जी
add it
बनाओगे
into
उसमें
your,
हल्दी and काला मिर्ची डालोगे, right?
yeah,
In your tadka, you use zira. In your
correct.
smoothies, if you want to, make it sound exotic, put cinnamon in your smoothies or on your chai, masala chai. So if you are using these spices, your immunity is right there intact. The other way to use these things is in warm milk. So any of
Okay.
these will not work standalone. So for example, if
Okay.
somebody is going on taking haldi shots, there are a lot of haldi shots happening right now, right? What they're not
Okay.
understanding is that it needs fat for it absorption.
Ah,
फैट
so
नहीं है तो
this,
आप हल्दी में
yeah,
नहा
so
भी
this
लोगे तो नहीं होगा.
understanding, I generally I've seen that this understanding is lacking, because when you kind of are anemic, right, and you got to take your supplements to get your levels up. If you have your supplement and if you are going to drink milk, it's not going to help you, right? So this understanding is a big miss in most of the people.
Right. So what happens is, in fact, I was seeing a video and I was amazed that this person has, kept about half a kg of haldi next to his workstation or har thodi der mein like on churn, he takes a shot. I say, what the hell are you doing to yourself? So all these things which are known as superfood, which are required for your immunity,
Yeah,
everybody who's watching this live, please know that it's required in minuscule quantities.
right.
You don't have to now in it. So just about 2 pinches of it in 100 ml milk, uh, dash of, black pepper, and that's it.
Okay.
Or if you're using it in your khana, in your cooking throughout the day, that's all. So
Yeah.
the idea is if you use your traditional cooking, stop eating the junk food, your immunity will be intact. And also, you need to make sure that you're eating fruits and vegetables and this thing in the form of either raw vegetables, cooked vegetables, seasonal fruits. Very, very important because each color. So, for example, we have mango and papaya, which falls in yellow and orange
Yellow and
pigment. So, that gives you
right.
vitamin A. Right? Then you have strawberries and cherries, which give you vitamin C. Then you have green leafy vegetables, which will give you other minerals, iron, and vitamin C. So, more the merrier. So make sure that there are about 300 to 500 grams of different vegetables going into your system in a day
Okay.
and about 3 to 4 fruits.
Okay.
So that's all that you need when it comes to immunity. We've overhyped this word, so
Right.
somebody's selling an immunity powder, somebody's selling an immunity pill. None of that is required. Just do your basic home cooking. Also very, very important right now, maybe for people who have tested positive
Yes.
and otherwise, is to use ghee. Extremely important for healing and for immunity. Yeah.
Okay.
So I keep telling people that this is not the time to go on weight loss or fat diets and all. Even if you have to do weight
Yeah.
loss, because the first time around we went overboard with suji and maida and all experimenting jalebis and samosas at home. So a lot of people have gained weight. If you are trying to lose weight, lose it sensibly. ये डिटॉक्स क्लेंजिंग कर लिया या फिर ulta sida khali. This is not the time to do it. You
Right.
cannot afford to be deficient in certain nutrients
Yeah.
and hope that you'll sail through. So very, very
Absolutely.
important. Also, a lot of people are taking multivitamins, which I would say nothing's wrong in taking a multivitamin, but everybody needs to understand that if you're taking a multivitamin, but your diet is not in place, the absorption is not going to be 100%. So let's say
Right.
I take a vitamin A, D, E, K ka supplement. I don't have fat in my diet. It will not be absorbed. These are fat soluble vitamins. So I need to have, good fat in the form of, let's say, ghee, cooking oil, nuts and seeds. You could use peanuts as your snacks. You could use chanas as your snacks. You could use various kind of seeds that are available. So as to make sure that your diet is on track and the multivitamins you're taking are being utilized by the body,
Yeah.
are being absorbed by the body. Extremely important.
Yeah. Very important.
Yeah.
Yeah. And like, you go and say, okay, let me just take multivitamins, and you are thinking, okay, it's going into my body, but actually, it's not going to add anything, and you're just wasting your time.
Absolutely. You will just pee it out.
Right.
Most of it you'll pee it out. You'll see your
Right.
urine color turning, dark yellow.
Yeah.
So obviously one
Right.
is vitamin B, excess of vitamin B and C will go, but other vitamins are also not going to get absorbed. So
Got it.
yeah.
Great. So now coming to situations, where there are symptoms, people are getting, contracting the infection, and it's not a serious case. Okay, mild symptoms which can be treated at home, and because of the kind of lack in infrastructure right now, it is being advised that you kind of look after yourself and get healed, right? So what is the kind of nutrition during this period that people should ensure that they take so that
Sorry,
the
Divya, I
recovery is
lost you in between. Divya, I lost you in
yeah,
between. Can you please
no
repeat that?
problem.
Yeah.
So the question is, during the time that the recovery time, once you've got
Hmm.
certain symptoms, you have fever and this throat pain, right? And you're treating it at home. What is the kind of
Right.
nutrition that should be followed during this time so that the recovery is faster, and you are back on your feet, kind of thing?
Yeah. Did you mention nutrition or precaution? I lost the word.
Precaution is something we've already discussed, building immunity.
Right.
So this question is more to do with who's already got the infection.
Okay.
Person has got the infection, and now the treatment is on at home. Are you able to hear me? Are you able to hear me, Nidhi? Can you hear me, Nidhi?
Yes, now I can.
Okay. So
Yeah.
I'll just
Okay.
repeat
Yeah.
once again. So you know, when you've got COVID, okay, and symptoms are light, I think, you know, they will give Nidhi some time because I think the internet connection is um, just on.
Problem on my end.
Yeah.
Still on? Can you hear me?
Yes, yes, we are on. Yes, I can. I think she got dropped, so we'll just wait for her to come back. Sorry, just give us a couple of minutes so that Nidhi can join in. All right. She's here. Hello, all. Thank you so much for joining.
Are we on?
Yes, yes.
I
No
am so
problem.
sorry about this.
No issues.
Yeah.
So the question was that, you know, the person has got COVID and, you know, it's the symptoms are mild and there's fever, cough, and throat pain, and, you know, there's some bit of, you know, congestion in the lungs. So during this time, the treatment is being done at home, right? Because of the lack of infrastructure that we're facing right now, it's being advised that we all kind of treat symptoms which are light and mild at home. So during this time, what kind of diet should we follow with such patients?
Okay. So one is it's extremely important that you follow the doctor's advice in terms of treatment, even though you're being treated at home,
Right.
right? So when you're talking about lungs congestion, I've done a video and I could probably put a link after the live
Sure.
on proning. Yeah, so if there's
Okay.
congestion, if there's breathlessness, about the importance of proning and how does it really help expand your lungs. So what this virus does is that it attacks the lobe of your lungs. Okay.
Okay.
And then it just fogs up the whole thing. So your lungs are not able to perform at its optimum level. When you go into proning, and that's what they're doing in ICUs as well. So they put you on your stomach with the support of a lot of pillows so that, you know, your lungs are able to perform well.
Yeah.
So that's one thing that you should do. Now, coming to the diet, it's extremely important that you take a protein rich diet. Okay,
Okay.
now protein will help you in antibodies. It's required for your good cells of the body and for healing and for immunity. So you need
Right.
to make sure that in all your meals you have good amounts of protein, you have good amounts of vegetables and fruits, marginally, I will not say substantially, but marginally, you can reduce your carbohydrates, which are your cereals, rice, roti, and all. And why do I say that? Because that sometimes causes insulin resistance, carbs being carbs. And also, what's happening is, even though you're being managed at home, if you have congestion and persistent cough or any breathlessness, doctors do tend to put you on mild steroids. Now, the
Okay.
moment you're being put on steroids, your sugar levels go up.
Okay.
And one needs to be extremely careful about it. So protein, fruits and vegetables, and of course your roti and rice in a limited quantity.
Okay.
Okay. Now, where will your protein come from? Your protein will come from your dals, your the beans like your rajma, chola, lopia, chana, all of that. Soy and soy products are extremely good. They're a very rich source of protein for people who are vegetarian. And then
Right.
milk and milk products. Now, there was some other rumor which said don't have milk if you have
Mm.
COVID. Let me just clarify, at least for the people who are there, and whichever platform I go to, I tell people you can definitely have milk. Please, if you hear any such information, you should question the source of it and authenticity of it. So you can definitely take milk and milk products. And then, of course, for egg eaters, 2 to 3 eggs. You can even go up to 4 egg whites and two yolks. Meat, which is your lean meat, your chicken, fish, oily fish. These are the sources of your protein. So you have to make sure that there's protein in each of your meal. And then vegetables and fruits. Now, you may not feel like eating. It gives you a
Yeah.
lot of fatigue. Yeah.
Right.
The taste of your mouth is altered. So everything
Yeah.
tastes bland. So in that case, what you can do is, for example, if you have to have your vegetables, make a glass of vegetable juice, add a lot of lemon juice to it, and just slurp it down. Okay.
Right.
Do a lot of one pot meals. So obviously there are a lot of good souls who are trying to help you with meals. They're serving meals for people who are
Yeah.
COVID positive, but in some localities it may not be possible for
Right.
whatever reason. For those people, they can just do a one pot meal. Just put
Right.
some ghee, put a tadka of zira, haldi, everything. Put a lot of dal, rice, vegetables, just pressure cook and have that. But
Yeah.
you need to make sure that a lot of protein is being taken at this time and fruits and vegetables.
Right.
So I had done another, quick reel to tell people that stay healthy with fast food, even though you're not able to cook, right? So now fast food is peel a banana and have, wash an apple and eat. Just open a pack of bhuna chana, the roasted chana, eat that. Eat peanuts, eat seeds.
Yeah.
What you think of fast food is junk food. So if you have these
You got to
these fast food,
redefine what part fast food is.
absolutely. So if you eat these fast foods because you're not able to cook or because you don't feel like it, you're lethargic, just eat the right foods. So one, it gives you the energy. Two, the recovery is much faster.
Yeah.
And like I mentioned, you need to make sure that there is ghee for healing and for immunity. Yeah. The
Very
other
true.
thing what you can do is, because you mentioned about the congestion in the lungs, is
Yeah.
that take a little bit of ghee, apply on your fingernails and your toenails and on your upper palate and navel
Okay.
point. So these five places.
Okay.
Okay. So navel will make sure that the ghee is reaching to the whole body and thereby it's
Right.
hydrated. The virus
Right.
dehydrates your body. Okay, so when you apply ghee in your navel, the replication is not so fast because the body is well hydrated. So, all these points that I'm telling you, your nails, your navel, your upper palate, it is basically supplying the ghee to all over body. So,
Right.
make sure that you're doing these things to be able to recover fast.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Yeah.
That's a great tip. Great tip.
All right.
So now coming to patients who are critical, um, you know, I mean there are a lot of cases where they're in ICU and some have lost their lives as well. What happens to the kind of diet that is recommended or should be recommended in such cases, just so that we are aware? Because the hospitals right now are, full, and attention may not be as much right now. So how can family members, ensure that what kind of food is being given during such critical times?
Yeah. So one is if you're in ICU, obviously you may not be allowed. It's only in the recovery phase when you can, you
Yes.
can really feed that person.
Yes.
Or leading up to that, sometimes how much ever you try, the case does get complicated,
Yeah.
right? So it's leading up to that phase, or once the patient is out of ICU, when you can really give them food, because right now the situation is not such where you can give them food or go and feed them. So again, the principle is still the same, Divya. Protein, protein, and protein, very, very important. So we're not saying overdo protein for a long time, but right now, anywhere from 1.1 to 1.3 to 1.4 gram per kg body weight for recovery is very, very important. Sometimes the patient is just not able to eat. So I had a client where her father was admitted, and after that also there was, tube feeding. So now
Okay.
for tube feedings, you have protein-rich supplements,
Hmm.
which which are available in hospital pharmacies. So you give them because again they need protein. The other option is to make an eggnog. Okay,
Okay.
so this is basically milk with an egg, which is, whisked very
Whisk.
nicely. And then you add a little bit of sugar and vanilla essence to kill that egg smell and give that. That
Okay.
works wonders when it comes to recovery.
Okay.
Okay, because milk and egg, both, as we know, are complete meal in themselves,
Hmm.
right?
Right.
And we're mixing the two and giving. So that can, and especially when the patient comes back from the hospital, the environment and the fatigue, you can't expect the person to
Hmm.
eat a large meal because he has to
Yes.
recover. So those kind of, the supplements which are protein-rich supplement like Cavi Pro is one. You have multiple things available. Otherwise, you go on fruit juices. In that, you can add moringa powder. Now, why moringa? Because it's extremely rich in protein, and then it has its vitamins and minerals and everything. So those are the things that we need to look at.
Perfect. Perfect. I think that's again
Yeah.
a great tip. I think this live is full of amazing tips. I think, we all, whoever needs to really understand, should go through this live. What Nidhi's telling us and making us understand right now can really help somebody. So please do listen out to this, and I'll post it numerous times again. I think, thank you so much, Nidhi. This is really valuable insight during this time.
I
Now,
hope we're able
coming,
to help people through this.
yes, absolutely. And, because this is something new which is happening to people. We have not gone
Correct.
through this, right? We've gone through fevers, we've gone through different other things in our lives, but this is for the first time and we don't know what to do. And it's always good to have information so that you don't panic and you know what to do.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Uh, Nidhi, one last question about black fungus. We've been hearing about it, and you know how it's very difficult for people to recover from once they're infected. Could you share some light on that? What it is exactly, and how can nutrition, or what precautions can people take?
So black fungus, as you hear, is happening to people who have uncontrolled diabetes and COVID positive. So
Right.
this is also known as mucormycosis. This is not something which is happening because of COVID. So this infection has always existed, but
Okay.
a good doctor in his good practice may see 1 or 2 infection in a year and not to this scale. Okay. Now,
Okay.
this is happening, COVID and uncontrolled diabetes. So this is a combination which is leading to most of the numbers of mucormycosis, which is black fungus. Now, if you look at it, what is black fungus? It is found in soil. It is mold basically.
Okay.
Okay, so it is also suspended in the egg. Now, while you're recovering, unlikely that once you're back home that you get it. It happens while you are in the hospital. Okay. Some rare cases may happen when you're back home, but most of it happens when you're in the hospital. If your HbA1c, which is glycosylated hemoglobin, which gives you a picture of last 3 months of your sugar levels, if that is extremely high, you have a higher chance to catch black fungus.
Okay.
Now, what happens? It basically affects your nose, eyes, and in some cases, brain, which is the last, which is also unfortunate because the fatality there is quite high. Okay. Now, when it begins in your nose region, there is swelling, there is redness, there is cold. You have that sinus kind of experience once you go through, we have sinusitis. So it swells, it becomes red. And then from nose, it travels to eyes again. So, eyes become red. And then it starts to bulge out. And if it's not managed well, if it's not controlled, obviously people are losing vision and it can touch, your brain. Now, what is it that we can do from, diet perspective? Obviously, once it has set in, there is nothing much that we can do. Then obviously you're under proper medication. But knowing that this is happening and knowing that COVID second wave is spreading like fire, the least and the most important that each diabetic can do is to control their diabetes level.
Yeah.
Make sure
That's
that
the
at
only
all times,
precaution, I guess,
yes,
for
yes,
this.
that's the only precaution, that at all times their diabetes is under control.
And they're
Okay,
taking
obviously,
utmost precaution in terms of, the norms of not contracting the disease at the moment.
right, right, right. So that's the precaution. Now, obviously, how do you control diabetes is through your diet and lifestyle. So, going back to the basics, making sure that you're eating a lot of fruits and vegetables, making sure that your carbohydrate portions are controlled. If you look at Indian diets, we take एक छोटू सा कटोरी दाल और उसका
And
भी आधा सब्जी, and it's more of your roti and chawal. Because we feel कि हमें ताकत सिर्फ अन्न से ही मिलेगी. What we don't realize is dal is also part of that अन्न only, and so is fruits and vegetables. So if we're
exactly.
eating more fruits and vegetable, more dal and the protein sources
Yeah.
and control carbohydrate is how we're going to be able to manage this.
Right.
Yeah. And staying hydrated again is extremely important because a diabetic is more vulnerable to catching all sorts of infection.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I hope I've been able to answer your questions.
Yes, I think my takeaway from this session is that protein is extremely important during this time.
Yes.
Having good amounts of protein, of course, the other minerals, and ensuring if you have any condition, ensure that that condition is within limits and you're taking precautions to kind of manage that
Yes.
condition.
Yes.
Any other conditions to look out for? You mentioned diabetes, but anything else which is equally important?
See, any comorbidities at this point in time. So it can be hypertension, it can be thyroid, it can be diabetes. Any comorbidities that you have, you need to make sure that they're well within the controlled range. So, for example, if you have hypertension and that is, there is a lot of fluctuation, and you think you need to consult your doctor either to change the medication or, increase the dosage, go ahead and do that, but make sure, come what may, the readings are in control. This is not the time to take any of the comorbidities lightly because it just it just exposes you that much more to the infection. So, people are putting diabetics, the doctors are putting diabetic patients on insulin, and there is absolutely nothing wrong. Obviously, in India, we see a lot of resistance in terms of insulin. उन्हें लगता है पता नहीं क्या हो जाएगा. But we should not hesitate. There should be no hesitation of the insulin. Obviously, it's not going to be, a lifelong thing, but to be able to manage this situation,
This
if they
time.
need to put you on insulin, we must
Yeah.
allow them to do their job and just follow what they're asking us to do. Yeah.
I think there is a question from Soumya. She's asking, can you please tell me what should be done for hair fall at young age?
Okay. Do you want to take this up here or do you want to do it when we talk all about hair?
Does coffee affect hair growth?
Coffee doesn't and it does, okay? It's a double-edged sword. Caffeine indirectly will hamper your overall growth and thereby hair growth as well, but that depends on the amount of coffee. If you're taking 2 light coffees in a day, uh, unlikely that it's going to affect your hair growth or is going to cause hair fall. But of course, if you're having 6 to 7 big cups of coffee a day, it will affect your hair fall. But just to quickly give you a very brief answer about your hair fall, see, for hair fall, you need your calcium, you need your protein, you need your zinc, you need your selenium, right? So you need to make sure that it is a well balanced diet. So obviously, and also you need to make sure that you're using less chemical on your hair.
Right.
So any kind of deficiency is going to cause hair fall, and any too many chemicals or too many these hot products that we use, the rods and all, is going to cause hair fall. But I think the next slide that we go, we're going to be talking about hair health. So I will take up your question in detail. For now, make sure that you're adding sesame seed, which is still, and make sure that you're having whole grains. Yeah.
Great. So just to let everyone know that, Nidhi is going to be with us every Saturday, every third Saturday each month. And, we are going to touch upon various topics. And we thought we'll start off with the most relevant topic now, which is COVID-19. And, we are going to touch upon many other topics going forward. So look out for her lives. And if you have any questions, we could always discuss it in detail during those sessions.
You could also, sorry.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes, Soumya. Stress has a lot to do with hair fall.
Yeah.
Yes.
Great. So Nidhi, thank you so much. I think it was very informative and I think very relevant information we all should know. Thank you for taking out time and doing this live with us. And we are going to look forward to the next live and the lives subsequently, where we'll get to learn more from you. It's always good to have information at hand and take actions accordingly. So is there anything else that you would like to share to conclude the live?
No, I think we've been able to cover quite a bit. And so the other thing that I just wanted to tell everyone is that if you know, if you would like to know or hear anything in particular, you can share your suggestions with Divya or the Theascape handle so that, we know what you want us to talk about.
Absolutely. So if you have any questions, you can find Nidhi on nutrify.with.nidhi. You can always, check this live out again, and I'll put the credentials again in the comments, and you can always reach out to her, and you could send us a message too. We can also, put you through to her. Not an issue. Thank you so much, Nidhi, once again.
Thank you so much, Divya.
Thank you, and you're doing a wonderful job, helping support so many, and changing a lot of lives. So thank you for whatever you do. We love the work you're doing, and it kind of somehow helps us also understand a lot. So
thank you so much, and don't miss my Theascape ring.
Yay!
Yeah. So I told my son, I said, I'm wearing it because this is from them. So
Cool.
yeah.
All right.
Thank
Thank you
you
so
very much.
much.
Yes, see you. Bye
See
bye.
you very soon. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.